Right there.
Hello.
Hello. We're on.
You're on.
All righty. What do you say, Mr. Sinclair?
How you doing, Butch?
Doing well. Doing well. Nice,
Good, good.
nice weather. Not too cold. Not too hot.
Yeah, just good enough.
Yeah, make the dogs feel frisky.
Yeah, I could take 10 more degrees though.
10 more. Yeah, I could too, actually.
It's cold.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's see.
So what are we talking about tonight?
We're gonna do a two-parter. We got a little special on Western Shepherds. We're gonna show some video of that. A little bite work for everybody, and then we're gonna just every tool. I don't care what it is. Every tool was designed with a specific purpose in mind, and almost every tool has been used for 14 other things besides what it was designed for. Right? I mean, how many times has your screwdriver been a great pry bar?
A lot.
A lot. Okay. So we're gonna get to the nitty gritty of training collars as well. But you want to start off with the Western Shepherd? We got an announcement on the Western Shepherd. You want to start off with it? Might as well.
Go ahead, yeah.
Show a movie. Got your popcorn?
I got some somewhere. I gotta go find it.
Okay.
Let me go find it.
What's name is Carol Ann? He's looking for popcorn.
Okay.
You want to get us hooked up here?
Yes. Give me 1 second.
You want butter with that?
Yeah.
It's popping in the microwave.
All right.
There you go.
Don't forget to hit that switch, Sinclair.
God
Hit the
dang it.
light. Yeah. All right, we're going to the movies.
Okay, go ahead. Oh,
Whoops.
we got one more to go.
I got it.
All right. Here we go, guys.
Uh-oh.
Now let me get it ready.
Da, 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 da.
This is the only movie screen in Texas that's not showing Wicked.
Yep.
I'm gonna go see that.
You haven't seen that?
No, I don't like that.
I don't
Ready,
think I'm
here we
going.
go.
And action.
All right, folks. This is a bunch of stuff we put together. There's the announcement, Black Bart puppy.
Oh, do you want this off? You want the sound off, Butch?
No, leave it on.
Okay.
Probably could be the best that's ever lived. Who knows? We don't know. I'm not saying it here and now, but if it comes true, then you've heard it here. So, first, right here, Western Shepherd.
Those of you who don't know, that second guy was one of the better comedians going, named Chad Prather. He's hilarious. And that's Branch Warren, IFBB, number 3, Mr. Olympia. You don't want to challenge him to an arm wrestling. So this is just a little compilation of stuff we put together. And it's all about this right here. This is a litter of times past, but it'll give you an idea of, Christmas coming. You're thinking of puppies. We will have Black Bart puppies. They'll be ready the 1st of January. So if you want to bring them home a week after Christmas, you can. They're all males. If you're looking for a male, thank you, ma'am. If you're looking for a male pup. And here we got a little bit of old Bart. I just can't get enough. This is my favorite of all time. This is with Jens, one of our Danish military trainers. My favorite part of this, Scott, is when there's sound. You can hear when Bart hits him. You can hear him going, ugh. Whoops. And this is, one of the qualities that we've started getting known for is the fact that you gonna back it up.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
gonna do it all by itself. There you go.
Turn the sound on. Listen,
All right.
listen when Bart gets to the top of that hayloft.
Here were most of the
Back it up some more.
There we go. Now listen to this. And this old boy, 6'2", does nothing but this for a living for the military. Bart knows how to bite. So
This is Black Bart. So I brush him, and I brush, and I get down here where most of the
What are you doing?
what are we
It's
doing?
something, I don't know. It's something in your Vimeo.
Oh
It's
really?
stopping. Yep.
Will we go past that?
hairs come
Yeah.
out,
There we go.
and I get this much hair. First, the 17 I shed off of here, the standard.
There's his temperament with children, even babies.
There we go. Now, I love this about Bart.
And that's, you don't see 100+ pound dogs standing up on the rear end like that. And that's the other thing he's real good at. He will take a man out. This is one of his sons. That one was Roman. This is one of, yeah, that's Roman right there. That was a still of when he made that jump.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you got more muscle than the average pit bull in these dogs.
Oh,
And that's just some baby stuff. But anyway, we'll have some pups. They should resemble these, and I don't even remember what's all on this video, to be honest with you. So cut that one, Carol Ann. We'll go back to yakking here.
Alrighty, we'll put some lights on.
And if anyone's interested, what we do is we start a list right now. I've got 2 on the list. We got 7 pups on the ground right now. Excuse me, we got 4 pups on the ground right now ready to sell. The other 3 already got homes that are spoken for. So we've got 4 males if you're looking for them. And then we've got another litter coming, should be ready the end of April. And we're working on our what I'm calling Western Shepherd 2.0 thing, which is the no undercoat, the no shedding is something I never even dreamed of. It happened when I mixed several different breeds. Don't know how it happened, but I know it happened. Didn't appreciate it. I had to have it pointed out to me, actually, by a lady who came to look at the pups, and she was fooling with Bart, and she said, "Oh, he don't shed." And I thought, well, no, duh. So, but now it's nice. I don't get hair all over my truck or anything when me and Bart go to the store. So we're going to try and take a second step. I think I've learned a little bit about watching the genetics of these dogs and a little bit about how knowing every one of their lines. So we're going to go for Western Shepherd 2.0. We're going to try and make, starting with this litter we're on the ground right now, we're going to try and work towards the first hypoallergenic shepherd. For those of you who've got a kid with an allergy for dogs, and you really don't want to get a poodle.
Yeah, everybody wants a poodle, right?
Yeah. We're going to get you a man's dog that your kid can hang out with. So anyway, that's the main thing we're going to talk about tonight is collars, tools. So like I said earlier, every tool, no matter what it was designed for a specific purpose, and it's all been used for something besides that. We're going to go over the majors. I guess for training collars, the two biggies. When I started, all there was in America was a choke chain, we call them, slip chain.
Mm-hmm.
And
chokers, right?
Choker, yeah.
Chokers.
Yeah, and it was either do it or die. So as I got more into it, and dogs got more sophisticated in this country, we got more collars, and I think, of course, the 2 biggies for training are the e-collar and the prong collar, and they both have 2 entirely different uses. The e-collar, the prong collar was invented by Herm Springer right after World War II in Germany as a training tool. And the electric collar came about I think it was in the early 60s, 1960s, with a company called Tritronics, and I know their headquarters were out of Arizona for a while, but
Them are the real
what?
Those are real electric collars there.
Yeah.
The things I know, voltage regulators, and others, straight bar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was straight. Yeah. It was.
Leave hair missing on your dog's neck.
Yeah, it was. You always knew and it was designed for hunting dogs. That was its purpose. It was designed as a long-term correction, not a training tool. That's using them as a training tool just started in the last 15 or so years, I guess. But You know, the old joke used to be, I can tell you got a well-trained bird dog because I can smell the burnt hair. You know? So, but that was the whole purpose of the tool, was to correct long distance problems. The purpose of the prong collar was to communicate to the dog when you're doing something wrong, right or wrong, either way. And so that's what I mean when I say they all have a specific tool. We've now taken the prong collar from a tool that just tells the dog when he's doing something wrong to something that busts his chops. Thus, it's a low opinion by a lot of the bunny hugger set. And we've also taken the training collar from something that was only meant as a correction collar. It was never meant as a training tool. And now people are using it as a training tool. Depending on them, depends on how good they are, I guess. You ever use one?
What's that?
E-collars.
Yeah.
You like them, or
Yep.
works for you?
But what I need it for,
What do you need it for?
they don't bark. That's it.
Bark collars.
It's a bark collar for me. And the whole thing is with that, I don't want to shock them.
Right.
Just having it on, and it's a piece. Like he has his collar, regular collars. He's got his padded collars, and he's got his Herman Sprenger collar,
Prong.
prong collar, right? And I never even put a shock collar on him, but he's been barking, and come out here and act the fool, just putting that collar on. Never turn it on. You don't like it,
You know, right.
and the female don't like it either. Just
Right.
having it on, just
Right.
because it's just a collar. It's like because they understand, like if it goes search and rescue, the dog put the harness on that dog and that 30-foot leash, that dog knows what he's going to do, right?
Right.
You put those
Exactly.
those padded collars on, he knows what he's going to do. He knows he's getting ready to bite, you know.
Great point.
And the only reason, to the point now with the dogs, is to me with the shock collar, is just to correct. I don't want them barking.
Right.
That's the only reason. I don't use it for any other training than that.
Yeah.
You can. I don't prefer not to. I'd rather use a Herman Sprenger to start. You know, even the dog walking the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't. Them Dobermans will pull you. They want to forage. That's what they want to do. They're always smelling going. And you try to walk a dog, and you're always at the end of the leash. And that's any dog, right? Slap the Herman Sprenger on him, just putting it on him.
And he behaved.
They're just
Yep.
behave. Never yank and crank, nothing. You know, if you're doing outs, practicing to do outs with your dog. Dog don't want to out. You got a Herman Sprenger on with the lead on. Pop, pop, no, pop, pop. You let go. And there's no pain involved.
Right.
See, the whole misconception about prong collar, these domestic prong collars have all the intern loops the same way, and there's no hinge in the bottom. We've showed these before, how to act like a hinge on a mother's mouth. Domestic collars you buy at your PetSmart or whatever else, they're just a solid, cheap metal, and their prongs are that long, and that hurts a dog. I don't
Yeah.
care what you say.
Yeah.
There's no give there. All it's doing,
Stiff, right, real
it's choking out.
hard
It's
metal.
hurting the esophagus and the thorax and everything else, and it's hurting the dog.
Agreed.
The Herman Sprengers actually act. Just having it on don't bother them. And the teeth aren't sharp, they're dull, they're nullified, but when you pop it, it does the old whoop whoop effect, right? Like for a mama, they'll stop.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you don't have to crank on them either. Just
No.
and they're focused on a bite, you come up, no, pop, pop. They'll usually let go.
It's actually more effective if you jerk it hard, which brings me to another point. If you jerk it, there's no collars. All right, well, the old saying is, it comes from the horse world. Old cowboy from the King Ranch told me this one time. He said, there's no harsh bits, there's only heavy hands.
Yep, that's true.
And I've applied that to dogs and dog collars. There's no harsh collars, there's only heavy hands. So you can abuse anything if you want to. But to make things effective, like that prong collar, I mean, I literally just twitch my wrist usually if one of them's doing something wrong, and they'll go, huh? So you can make it abusive But the tool's not abusive.
No.
Only the person using it.
They're just the slightest. There's no pop is just the pressure. Usually the pressure of it closing a bit.
Yep. Yep.
It's not a hard pull.
Right.
I
No.
mean, I do it. I mean, there's no yanking the dog like crazy. That's ridiculous.
Right.
To begin with, you don't want to injure your dog, right?
No.
Right. So you just the pressure of it, you know.
My dog will bite me if I abuse him. Bart don't take that shit. Pardon my language.
I'll have it on him, and I'll go in the store with it, and I'll have him at a heel, and I want him to sit down. And I'll just lift up my arm a little bit, just enough,
Just to make it close.
and he'll sit. And now it doesn't even. I don't use it anymore.
Right. Right.
Don't need it.
And so if you're looking at the two collars, their purposes, their main purpose, you could say the prong collar, Mr. Springer thought of that as a training or teaching tool. The e-collar was strictly designed as a long distance correction. Now, in the last 20 years, it's gotten real popular in this country as a training tool. I don't see it as much overseas. It doesn't seem to be as popular. But in this country, we love it for training. It's not a training collar. That would be, what do they call it when you get a medication and you get it for something else, off-label use or some such phrase. If you're going to use your e-collar, you can use it for training. The most effective, most impressive person I've seen with an e-collar is not even in America. Fancy that. Better trainer in some other country. I never heard of that.
Yeah.
But I think it's a guy named Bart Balone. I think he's out of Belgium. And I haven't met Mr. Balone. I haven't been to any of his seminars, but I'd go in a heartbeat. But some of the stuff I've seen, and he's done seminars, a lot of them here, and I've spoken to several of his customers that attended his deals. And what he doesn't use the e-collar to train a dog. He uses it for what I call polishing a dog. And he's got this really neat thing where he's got a ring for his transmitter. He's got it set up somehow, and I've seen some for sale. You put this ring on and you just go tap, tap, and it'll ignite the collar. But I have read some things he's written, and it's really clear to me he trains and teaches the dogs how to do every one of their moves. And then he takes that e-collar and he uses that to finesse them into really impressive stuff. So for instance, at the heel, the dog knows how to heel. It's clear in the dog's mind. There's no doubt. He knows he's supposed to be, say, right shoulder at my handler's knee. And then he looks off. And that's when Mr. Balone will just tap, tap. And of course, that little stem will make the dog go, huh? He'll break into, say, a fast pace. And the dog's lagging. Dog pulls up. And watching him and his dogs, and I haven't seen them in competitions, I've just seen them in demos and YouTube videos and things. It's by far and away some of the most impressive dog work I've ever seen. So there's an off-label use for a training collar a correction collar that's used properly.
That, and I don't know, but I feel like a prong collar become part of their attire.
Oh yeah.
My dog if I have a leash in my hand, just a leash. That's the minute I get that prong on the end of that leash, boom.
Yeah.
He's up and ready to go. He knows he's going somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't need it, but he wants to wear it. Believe it or not, that's crazy.
And Scott just said it a little earlier. He puts that on the dogs, and they start. True story, because the prong collars I think they have a worse reputation than shock collars. I don't think since I came here and started working with the general public again, I don't think I've ever shown anybody a prong collar and that I did not get a negative reaction, ever. But this is how effective it is. One of the first couple of years I was here, opening this place up, somebody that I, trained their dog, and they got to be friends. They were coming out regularly. They said, "Hey, I got a friend that's got this. It's like 6, 7-year-old lab, and she can't walk him, and he goes crazy in the house. And she's got." I said, "Well, tell her to bring him." So she brought her dog out here one evening, and we talked about what he's doing and everything. And I said, "Well, let's get him out of the car, and we'll leash him up and see what we get." So I reached over to my little training bag and I pulled out my prong collar. He says, no, you can't use, no, that's cruel. I know, I'm a PETA member. That's terrible. And I told her, I said, "Ma'am, you got a 6 or 7-year-old dog that's been dragging you around the block all his life. He's about 80 pounds. He's capable of dragging you. And you came here to fix the problem. This is something I feel will fix the problem. If you don't want to use it, because I strongly feel this way, you own your dog, you can tell that trainer to kiss your butt anytime you want to. You're not there to do everything the trainer tells you to do or does. You're there to have your dog improved, and you know your dog better than anybody, I think. So I said, if you don't want to use this, that's fine, I won't, but I don't know any other thing to get such an ingrained problem solved. And she hemmed and hawed, and whoever the friend was that brought her out here said, "Oh, come on. So we put it on him. And I took one step, and this dog went right to the end of that leash. Didn't even hit it hard. He just ran out with blink. And he backed up, and he walked as quiet and calm as you could not imagine. She's sitting here going, "I can't believe my eyes." And I said, "Well, here." I walked back to her. I said, "You want to walk him?" "I'm afraid he'll pull me down. He pulls me off my feet." I said, "Try it." Just putting that collar, like you said earlier, he never dealt with one. Just putting it, Mr. Springer had a psychological idea in mind when he came up with that collar. Those teeth, not when they all go the same way, but when they've got that axis in the middle, and like Scott said, it's like a fulcrum on a seesaw. It pulls them like they should. When a mama dog corrects a puppy, she pins him to the ground and she goes chomp, chomp. And that chomp, chomp's on the side of the pup's neck. It's not underneath where the choke collar is.
It's over here.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening here.
Nothing. And that's what a properly, Carol Ann's got hers. This is the properly made Springer collar. And you always know you got a Springer because you got this little plate.
Go ahead, put it up, Butch, and I'm gonna.
And I don't think that, when the pet stores order their collars from the cheapest bidder in China, they're not going to include this thing. Who cares? That's just advertisement. It's got his name on it, right? But if you're holding it this way, let me do it like so. As I tell people when they come out here, if you hold it like this, it's a bunch of pokey things. If I hold it like that, what's it become? Chomp, chomp.
Mimics the mother's mouth.
Yep. And that's the whole purpose. So on a lot of these dogs, you'll just put it on them.
Attitude adjusting automatic.
Yeah.
Night and day.
Mm-hmm. So, no offense to all the wonderful wackos at PETA, our favorite folks, but if you're gonna start your dog, and you're having any kind of troubles, this is a great tool.
Yes.
It's a great tool. If you've got a correction, anything long distance, you need to go get your e-collar immediately. It's if you got a barking dog, they've got them made now that are they've got them collars made so well, and the Garmin, huge electronics company, has bought out. I know you'll see Sports Dog and you'll see, I think, Tritronics, and I forget the names of all the others. They're actually all owned by Garmin. Garmin bought them out. And if you go, like one I was sort of a spokesman for a while, way back when, Sport Dog, they've got a bark, I forget to call it, regulator. It's so advanced, you put it on your dog, if he barks twice, it turns itself on automatic at the lowest stimulation. If he barks 2 more times, it goes up a notch, and it keeps going up till it finds a level that he don't like.
I think the one I got that where it beeps first, then it'll vibrate, then it'll shock. But
So they know.
Beep, 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 beep. You know. Then after they get hit once, they get hit. You'll hit them. It hit them.
Yeah, and they never forget it.
Once you use that beep, or just a vibration. There's a vibration setting only.
Oh, that's
It
right.
never shocks.
Yeah.
So once you get the vibration before the shock, then you just turn the shock off, and the vibration, zzz, they don't. One time's all it takes.
One time's all it takes.
And for barking, I mean, you know.
Yeah, you're not going to get a better tool for barking. So, if you got a long distance correction, absolutely go to your e-collar's fantastic. Either the bark collar, or they're chasing your horses. Put it on, turn them out there, and they'll
Get to the point where you keep it next to you and you bark, you just pick it up and they'll shut up, right? We ain't that far yet.
getting there.
Don't want to get that far.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, if you're going to if you got to teach your dog to stay in a position beside you or not pull on a leash or whatever, go to your old real training collar. But remember, the main thing about training is it's communication. You really don't need any tools. You don't need any treats. If you can communicate to your dog what you want him to do, he's probably going to do it for you. And I've known trainers that exhibited that, amazed me. These are working cow dog trainers out of Australia, some of the most accomplished, and they'll take dogs out of the pound and 30 minutes later have them doing everything.
Yeah.
With no treats, no collars, so communication, that's what it's all about with your dog. He's trying to please you. You just try to make it hard for him sometimes without realizing. Collars are what you can use to help you, and hopefully something in this little
I
story.
have a little information too, because a lot of people don't realize, Butch,
Mm-hmm.
they don't understand that they intentionally teach their dog something. And they
Unintentionally.
unintentionally teach their dog something, and they're trying to figure out, why does my dog do that?
Yeah,
It's because of you.
yeah, and it doesn't take much.
Nope.
So your dog does one thing that you're not real sure of one time, and you go, good dog, or you just kind of smile at him sometimes, and he'll keep repeating it forever and ever. So, like I said, around here, our mantra is real simple. We don't make a dog do anything, but we do make them want to do everything, and that's makes life better and easier for everybody. So,
Absolutely.
enjoy your pup. We got Western Shepherds. If you want to get into the new security breed on the block, give us a call. You got anything else, Carol Ann?
No, sir.
Mr. Sinclair?
Well, hope information was good. Herm Springers, shot collars, leather leaders, purple people eaters. Remember, it's all about the dogs.
There you go.
See y'all
Thank you,
next
folks.
time.